Yeah. So on the other day, I think on the Friday, we were understanding one property, object fit. We were understanding one property, something called as object fit, and we were getting the error. So reason behind is that scroll bars were appearing over there. So concern is that we were getting the scroll bar. So I have resolved that part. Just a minute, let me check it. You see my screen, right?
Yeah, you can see.
Okay. So here our image is way bigger. If you see, this much is our image. Image is way bigger. And I hope you remember the code. Well, let me ask you a question. Are you uploading codes on the GitHub?
I'm in that process. I've started doing it. I started coding it and I'll upload like in this week. But yeah, I've started because there was a backlog, right? So I started doing
Yes.
it. Will like yeah, but I'll be next Monday. I'll be up to date till this Friday school. Whatever we'll cover this week, right?
Okay.
Till that I'll be.
Yes, no problem. So here if you see, we have an image tag, sm.png. I hope you remember this code, right?
Yes, yes. Could you please brush it up?
Yes. Yeah. So if you see here, we just have created one HTML and we have seen how to add image on the other day, right? How do you add image? So img tag we have seen, img tag we have seen, and then this sm.png, and this is the alternative text. If this image, this file is not there, it will show some alternative text, which is nothing but this. So if you do something sm1.png, there is nothing like that. And can you see be happy? Be happy. If image is not there, it will show this alternative text. Okay. And we were understanding object fit property. Let me open the Notion document. Let me open the Notion document. Yeah, this one. Object fit tag. We were understanding this object fit tag. Okay. Sorry, object fit property to the image tag. So we have this image. If you want to see auto, how big image is, auto, can you see this much bigger image is this? And yes, this is the original image size.
This is nothing to do with what you code with or
No, 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 it has
this is the original size which we are able to see.
correct.
Nothing to do with like screen size or
Nothing. This is the original size image. So if you inspect it, and here if you see, this is the image. Okay, just a minute. Can you see here a rendered size 920 by 920 pixel and 1:1 aspect ratio, full size image, right? This is what full size image. Now there is one property called as object fit. So here this is a 920 by 920. So I want to fit this in 100 pixel by 100 pixel. 100 pixel by 100 pixel. And 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 I will say just none over here. Let us see what happens. Refresh it. Can you see? You have said none. Some portion of the image is appearing over here.
okay, so out of full image, we are only able to see
100 pixels.
image is not like reducing in size. The full size image is there. We are just able to see the part which we have defined, that is width and height.
Correct. Only 100 pixel of full image. 100 pixel from here, 100 pixel from here. You're able to see only 100 pixels, right? You getting my point or not?
Yeah.
An object fit none. So what I want to do, I want whole image. I want whole image to be fit inside. Now see, there are some properties like contain. Let's make a contain and refresh it. Can you see only inside this 100 pixel by 100 pixel, whole image would be getting contained. Whole image would be getting contained inside this 100 pixel by 100 pixel. That is object fit contain. I'll comment this out and let's see one more property. Cover. Object fit what? Cover. Refresh it. Now see, the contain, what do you mean by contain? The content is scaled to fit inside the container while maintaining the aspect ratio. No part of the content is cropped and empty spaces might appear around the content if the aspect ratio doesn't match. Aspect ratio means what? Okay, let's now 100 by 100 pixel 1:1 aspect ratio. Now let's make it something different. 100 by 200 pixel. Now this is not the correct aspect ratio, right? So this is 1:2 kind of thing. See now you will see what's happening over here, difference between. So I will comment this and this. See, can you see, still image is getting fit. Here is a white space, here is a white space. Let's give some background color gray, and can you see here some white space have been added, here some white space have been added. Now if you say cover, let
So, my question was, there were like two things you showcased, right? One is contain and another one was
cover.
cover. So there was no difference in the image, right? So just wanted to check.
Yeah, image is same.
No, but so cover and contain, when we refresh, there was no change. So that means like, are those property being in similar fashion?
No. So here is the concern of aspect ratio. Now presently 100 pixel to 2. So width is 100 pixel, height is 200 pixel. This is not matching. You getting my point? So if you do 100 pixel by 100 pixel, it's a 1:1. Correct. Now there is no difference. If this is the case, there is no difference between contain and the cover. There is no difference. Absolutely fine. It's same because aspect ratio is matching, right? But if you have something like this, it has a different meaning. Now we have seen contain. Contain means what? White spaces would be getting added to fit the image inside given area. Can you see here some space have been added? White space have been added. White space have been added.
Okay, no, but our thing is like 100 by 100, right? So already we do have that box available.
Yeah, correct.
And we are adding our image, which is like example. I'm not okay. Please continue.
Now if I make cover, you will understand what's happening over here. Okay, let me comment this, uncomment this, and refresh it. See here, there are no spaces have been added. Getting my point? In contain, there were white space at the top and bottom.
To make image properly fit into the given box, we are adding those white spaces.
Correct.
Although the image will look smaller, but it will be like completely visible.
Yes.
Instead of like this, whatever we are able to see.
Correct. Now when you see cover, when you see what? Cover, the content is scaled to cover the entire container. So content means image content. should be covered to contain entire section or entire area while maintaining its aspect ratio. Aspect ratio has been maintained, but image is not full in front of you. Some parts of the content might be cropped to achieve the covering effect. Now I'm reading from here. This is the cover. Content, image would be contained in the given area. Cover, image would be fully covered and some parts of the image might be cropped, clipped, right? Contain, cover. Now see, there is one more property called as, let's comment this out, and here you can say fill.
Basically, cover is not behaving correctly, content behaves well.
Yeah, it's not like that. It's depend on your business need.
Right.
See, this is a fill. Image would be filled. Image will be filled. Just a minute. Image would be completely filled in the given section. Fill. Then by default is, see here. Then you can say none. None, one of the property. None. Refresh it. It's like it's filled completely, the way, default position. Now there is a one more thing called as scale down. Scale down. The content is scaled either to fit to the container or its original size, depending on the which is smaller. It is the combination of contain and null. Remember that. This is the combination of contain and null. The content is scaled down to fit the container or its original size, depending on whatever is smaller. It is the combination of contain and none. Right? Contain means what? Content is scaled to fit inside the container while maintaining the aspect ratio. No part of the content is cropped and empty spaces might appear around the content if aspect ratio doesn't match. Right? Scale down. And scale down is a combination of contain plus none. Contain plus none. Scale down is combination of content plus none. None, the content retains its original size and placed within the container without scaling. If the content is larger than the container, it might overflow. It might overflow. Right, so let me push this much code. CSS3 object fit property. This is clear, right? Hello?
Yes.
Day 11. Day 11, and here we can say index.html and app.css. So let's create the HTML5 document and background property. Background properties. Let's have div, and as usual HTML and body width 100 VW.
This is necessary for like
Every single.
CSS
Correct.
file.
Yes. 100 VW, 100 VH. Now, just a minute, let me open in the document. This is available in the document. You may refer to the document CSS3 background properties. Okay. So when you say background properties, when you apply image to the background, or just a minute. Yeah. Yeah. So let's have a div over here, and div, only one div we will be having, width 20%, height 20%, width 20%, height 20%. Now we can say, let's add one image. Let's get one image. So this would be the image. Let's get this image, sunrise, save as, day 11. What's the format? JPEG, SR, sunrise dot JPG. You have used the extension. Okay, use WebP. Fine. Now background image. Can you see? Background image. So here we can say background image, and we need to add URL function. URL function, and into this we can say in the current there is a sr.webp, and day 11 sr.webp. Okay, now index.html. Well, CSS have not been imported. Link rel CSS app.css, refresh it. See here. Now if you can see here, you have added the background, you have added the background image. Can you see that? Background image, but it is not showing you. Can you tell me the reason why it is not showing you? Because aspect ratio is not matching. So this is a div, to that div width and height is there, and aspect ratio is not matching. Well, this you can handle by means of the object fit property, or if you can see background position, sorry, background repeat, we can see background repeat, and here you can say repeat X, repeat Y, no repeat. If I say repeat and if I refresh it, just a minute. So we have one image, repeat X. Okay, image should be repeated along the X actually, but what's happening? Background size. Okay, let's set the size to the image first. background size, contain, we can say. Okay, and if you see, there is a repetition have been started. Cover, yeah. Now the definitions of the contain and cover are same as to the object fit. But if I say contain over here, can you see you will find some repetition over here. Let's give some smaller size, 20 pixel by 20 pixel. And can you see image is repeating many times? Can you see that? Or let's increase 100 pixel by 100 pixel by 100 pixel, and see image is getting repeated. If you, because you have said repeat x, just if you say repeat, it would be repeat in x and y both directions. X means what?
Okay.
Correct. Repeat x means what? Horizontal axis. Repeat y means what? Vertical axis. Image is getting repeated. Getting it? Hello?
Yes.
Image is getting repeated. This is about the repeat. So let me comment these properties. Background image, okay. Width, height, size, okay. And there is one more attribute related to background you will use mostly. So here I can say background repeat, no repeat, do not repeat the image, and background attachment fixed unset. Let's make fixed scroll unset. Let's make it fixed. And if you can see, image is getting fixed over here. So presently we don't have that much bigger container, but look at the image is fixed. Your container is getting scrolled, but in the background image is standing fixed. So here we can say width or height 200% refresh it. Sorry, here now image is smaller, but if you observe, whole content is getting fixed, moving, but image is fixed in the background. So do not consider that only this end to this end is the div. No, I will give a background color, so you'll get to know how much is the div. Background color Alice blue. And can you see here height of the, can you see little blue color over here? Hello? So that is getting moved, but your image is getting fixed. Can you see that?
Right. With height in height, but yeah, the image getting fit in that particular area.
Correct. Now here you can say scroll also. Refresh it. Can you see now image is also scrolling? Can you see that? So we have made background image fixed. So background would be having fixed. Okay, we didn't refresh it. Background would be fixed. Background would be fixed. But other content would be getting scrolled up and down. I'm sorry. That is what this attachment property is. That is what the background attachment property is. Any questions?
So example, so I'm saying, well, go with my, so first we provided we put height and width.
Correct.
Then we created a div, added div out there. In added div, we just added like just normal div. In
Hmm.
that one, like we go into like CSS, we added width and height to a div. As of now, like okay, 20 is like width will be less, but the height we have added 200%, so which is like a bigger one.
Correct.
So that would be background image, any image like so image and then okay background color we provided. After that, okay, so the image is like having different aspect ratio. We are
Hmm.
trying to and we are having width and height in a different ratio, 1:10 I can say as of now.
Yeah.
So we are answer based on then two things like okay background repeat and background attachment. We are uh, like moving image in a different direction or like having different views with respect to images. How
Correct.
that will be based on background repeat and background attachment.
So what is a background repeat? Say that again.
Background repeat is basically repeat that particular background, right? Horizontal.
Correct. So background repeat is you repeat the image either in. Correct. So what I will do here for your understanding purpose, I can write repeat x, repeat y.
Right.
Rep-
If it's not mentioned, then it's like XY. If it's mentioned, then specific to that particular.
yeah. So this is in both the along both the axis. Here over here, x axis means row, y axis means what? Column. Background repeat, no repeat. Fixed. Fixed is about scroll.
Yeah, scroll. So if it will scroll on, if it's none, what will happen? It will not scroll. Right?
None.
Yeah, I would say what are the properties for it?
Yeah, scroll,
Yeah,
scroll and
scroll.
fixed, you can say.
Okay, scroll and text to our main.
Yeah, these two are main.
Oh, got it.
Okay, now let's comment this out.
So for this one, we can see text but the half image, right? If you want to showcase the full image.
That is the next part now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here you can say, let's make no repeat. I am adding this no repeat over here. Then attachment is fixed. Now, whatever properties we have seen, see now, background, position, center, we can say what exactly you need to see, where exactly image you need to place. This center, here we can say, and refresh it. Image would be at the center of the thing. Can, if you see, image is exactly at the center from the. Okay, let's do one thing, remove this.
So it seems like yeah, it's a center of the page due to height and width.
Correct.
But yeah, for whatever visual portion, like whatever we have added,
Uh-huh.
only that the portion is visible to us. But the based on 100 viewport and 100 view height, like viewport height, it's visible at the center.
Just make it,
Correct?
yeah, just make it 100%, 100%, and see now. Exactly at the center, right?
Yeah.
Because of that width, it was a little bit confusing.
Taking like for that image, like the HTML and body related, right? 100 viewport height and width.
Say that again.
So, okay, we are like adding div. There are two things, right? One is HTML body,
Haha.
100 viewport height and 100 viewport width.
Correct.
So, image is getting fit there first,
Haha.
and then based on whichever div is visible, initially it was like 100 pixel by pixel, so only that portion was visible, and in that one, whatever image related part is coming in
Ha,
that
correct.
particular div, that part was visible.
Correct, correct. Now let's make an image size contain and refresh it. Okay. And now change the width and height 20% and 20%. Contain, background size contain, or you can say cover. Okay, if you see it has been fully covered, let's give 20%, 20%. Okay, background size 20 pixel, sorry, and 20 pixel. Why? Just a minute. What's happening now? What is our attachment? Fixed, no repeat, background size, contain, background position center fixed, no repeat, and this is because of the center actually. So whole center it is considering, right? Ha. So actually we need to use one function over here to calculate the size. Can you see there is something called as calc function? Now refresh it. We are going to see this calc function actually. We'll see that later on. But contain, and if you remove this, so there are a lot of properties to the background position actually. Background position, bottom, left, you can position it anywhere, but we have used center. No repeat, background size, contain or cover. Well, this is the classical problem of height only. There is no problem. Because of this height, it is not happening. And if you want to place this image inside, exactly inside this container, instead of background image, you should go with the img tag. Correct? But we are understanding about the background. Or auto, let's see. No, in this much section you will see this image only, because background image is bigger. Remember that whenever you say background image, it tries to fit at it because it's a background. You getting my point? Image will try to get, or image will try to fit in its actual size until you specify the size manually. Now here if you say background size 100 px, 100 px, yeah, it would be over here something like this, but it's in the background only. Hello?
Yes, it's getting.
You got it, right?
Yep.
Okay, so this is about, you can say, some of the background properties, and there are a lot of background properties available out there. Many background properties are available over there. You may try it on your own. Okay. So when you say background, when you say background, Just a minute. Now let's comment all these things, and we have background color we have given alias blue. Okay, background repeat, no repeat, background repeat, no repeat, and there is something called as background origin, background origin. Now if you see background origin, there are padding box, content box, border box, padding box, content box, and the border box. Right, let's add first padding box. Let's add first padding box and see what happens. So this is the div we have. Let's add some content to this div. H2 hello, and paragraph, it is padding box. It is what? Padding box. Now what do you mean by that? You will get to know soon. No repeat, padding box, refresh it, hello, padding box. Now what we will do, I will add some padding. See here, I will add some padding, say 30 pixel.
So what happened with this one? So it just like no repeat and padding box we added, but what happened?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, you'll not, I didn't add a main thing, that's why you didn't understand what's happening over here. Okay, now you will get to know what I mean to say. So here just uncommented and padding, and let's add the border 3px solid red, refresh it. Now whenever you say padding box, whenever you say padding box, or let's add it little bit, 10px, refresh it, some border, and you have added the padding. Okay, now our image is way bigger, so we need to set the image size, background image or background size 100px by 100px. Our image is way bigger. Yeah, now if you see the padding box, image starts from the top left corner. Can you see that? Image starts from very top left corner. Now if I change it to the, instead of padding box, now observe carefully, or let's make it border instead of solid, dotted or dashed, and if you see, just refresh it, the image is inside the border. See this. Now the minute if I say border box and refresh it, can you see now image will go behind the borders?
it will use the weight of
Border as well, correct. It will go behind the border. Padding box means what? along the border, see here, and now the content box, see, content box. So whatever padding, wherever, content means what? We have seen the box model. What do you mean by content? There is a padding, okay, let's just do it again. A box model, can you see this much is the content, which is the content box. Padding box means wherever is the padding, that's the padding box. And border box, whatever is the border, that is the border box. So these three are the important properties for background origin. Content box.
So apart from border, the greenish one is the like padding box.
Yeah. Which one? Yeah, this is the padding. Correct. This is the padding box. So image will be fit inside the padding box. Image will fit inside the border box. Image will fit inside the content. Yeah, see here, inside the padding box. No, this is the content box.
Yeah, even in the context box, below the padding box, we are not adding anything in the padding as well.
Yeah, presently, if you do the padding box, this is a default thing. See now what will happen. And if you go to the box mode,
Inside border, but on the padding as well.
yeah, it is on the padding. Now it can be on the border also. Border box. Can you see? Border box, content box, padding box. These are the important things about this border box, padding box, and the content box. These are important things about this. So whatever you have understand, if you want to repeat, you can repeat, no problem.
I got this point to this point, like what is the call background size, what will be the background repeat, like the image we are not repeating out there. Background origin, having like three, which I saw is like border box,
Mm-hmm.
padding box, and content box. So once it is border box, image will lie on the border.
Mm-hmm.
Padding it will lie on the padding. The content it will be in the content below the padding and border.
You got it right.
Yes. Good.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Yeah.
Now, this is about what we can say a few important properties of the background. It's not like that these are the only properties, but there are a lot of other properties also. You may have a research on it, but these are the important. So if you understand this thing, that's it. You can work with any of the properties. So it is available on the official documentation, right? It is available on official documentation. Let's add this content into the documentation as well. So here we can say background properties. So first property we will see, sorry, h2, and we can say background image. Background image. So what is the background image property? So whenever you say background image, So just a minute. In CSS3, background image property, in CSS3, background image property is used to set one or more background images to the element. One or more background elements to the, sorry, one or more background images to the element. This property allows you to specify an image to be used as a background for the element. You can use various types of the images. You can use various types of the images such as PNG, JPG, SVG, and the GIF. Now, basic syntax we can write CSS. This would be the basic syntax here. Background image URL, path to the image. Right? This is nothing but what your background image property is. Now we have something called as another important background size property. Now, what is the background size property we have? If you can go here, background size, can you see auto contain cover, auto contain and the cover, or you can specify background size in like this. So in the background, okay, just remove this. In the background size property, h2 background size, h2 hyphen size, in the background size property in the CSS3 allows you the background size property in the CSS3 allows you to specify the size of the background images. It is often used in conjunction with the background image property. Remember that. It is often used within the background image property to control how background image is displayed within its containing elements. So here are possible values for the background. Here are the possible values for the background image. First one auto, cover. These are the all possible values, and you can specify the length values. You can specify length values in percentage or something like that. Auto is the default value. Cover, scales same, object fit. That's why we have first seen the object fit. Scales the background image to be as large as possible so that background area completely covered by the background image while maintaining the aspect ratio. Scales the background image, here you can say contain, scales the background image to be as large as possible while ensuring that background area is completely covered with the background image without stretching the image. And the length values, either we can set in the percentage or pixels, whatever. Correct? Either you can set something like this. Yeah. Then background repeat property. Background repeat property. Background repeat property. H2 background repeat. This is one of the property. And here you can say in CSS3 background repeat property defines, in CSS3 the background repeat property is used to control how background images are repeated within the containing element. It determines whether and how background images will be repeated horizontally and vertically. Right? Horizontally and vertically, X and Y. Here are the possible values. Here are the possible values. Repeat, repeat X, repeat Y, no repeat, space, round. These are also two values. So when it's a repeat, this is the default value. This is what? The default value. The background image will be repeated vertically and horizontally, both. Vertically and horizontally, both. If you have, here you can see, if the background image is smaller than the element, it will be repeated to fill the space. Repeat X horizontally only, repeat horizontally only, not vertically. Repeat Y, the background image will be repeated vertically and not horizontally. No repeat, the background will not be repeated, it will appear only once. It will appear only once. If the background image is smaller than the element, it will be displayed once only in the left corner. Space, if the background image is smaller than the element, it will be repeated to fill the space. So we didn't see that. Let me show you. So here we can say space. Can you see? To fill the space. See here. Space. Space, if the background image is smaller than the element, it will be repeated to fill the space. If it doesn't fit exactly, it will be spaced out equally. Remember that, it would be spaced out equally. Round, if the background image is smaller than the element, it will be repeated to fill the space. If it doesn't fit exactly, now here you can say, it will be resized. Like this, and here round. Can you see? It will be fit exactly in all the size. That is the round. If the background image is smaller than the element, it will be repeated to fill the space. If it doesn't fit exactly, it will be resized to stretched or shrunk to fit as closely as possible. You may try changing this, say 200 pixel, and see something else will happen. This is nothing but what?
So it automatically adjusts image relative aspect ratio and is based on whatever size we provide.
Correct. This is the round. Now, background attachment. It is what? Background attachment, fixed and scroll. background attachment, H2, background background attachment. Now, what is a background attachment? In CSS3, background attachment property, fixed and scroll, remember that it's all about scrolling. The background attachment property is used to control whether the background image scrolls with the content or remains fixed in the place when the content is scrolled. It affects it affects it affects the positioning of the background image relative to the viewport. Here are the possible values for background attachment. Scroll, we have seen this, fixed and local. The background image scrolls, so we have seen this thing, this is the default behavior. The background image scrolls along with the content when user scrolls the page. This is the default behavior. Fixed, the background image remains fixed relative to the viewport when user scrolls the content. The background image remains fixed in the place relative to the viewport even when the user scrolls the content. This creates the parallax effect. And gives the impression that background is stationary while content is scrolling. Local, the background image scrolls along with the element's content. The background image scrolls along with the element's content. In other words, it scrolls the element rather than whole page. It scrolls the element rather than whole page. So that is nothing but what? The local. You may try it. So attachment, now background position. Do we have background position written? Background size, H2, background position. What is the background position? Background position. So in CSS3, background position is used to, in CSS3 background position property is used to set the initial position of the background image. It determines the position, it determines the starting position of the background image within the background positioning area of the element. Here are the possible values for the background position. Here we can say top, background position top left center, like that. So here we can say keywords, top, keyword values top, bottom, left, right, and the center. Aligns the top edge of the background image with the top edge of the background positioning area. Similarly to the bottom, aligns the bottom edge. We have seen the center, but these are also possible. aligns the bottom edge of the background image with the bottom edge of the background positioning area. Left, same thing, left area, then same about the right area, and center is little bit different. So these many values you can set. Background position, can you see top, left, top, left, right, bottom. In this way you can set the positions. And the center, we just have seen the center, aligns the background image center of the background positioning area both horizontally and vertically. Then the length values are also there. Lengths, you can specify lengths in the you can specify the position of the background using the length values and other whatever other units are there. Custom positioning values, you can, or say custom positioning. Custom positioning means from the right how much. You can custom position values to set the position of the background image specific to the coordinates within the background position area. So instead of this, you can say specific coordinates. We can say these are the coordinates: top, bottom, left, right, center. Okay.
Yes.
Now, background attachment. Do we have written the background attachment? Yeah, we have written. I think everything is done from this list, right? CSS3 background properties. I have pushed the code. This is about few commonly used background properties in the CSS3. Fine, this is all about the today's session.
So yes, we'll yeah try to this Friday. I'll try to get
Correct. So we have covered background properties, image properties we have seen, visibility we have seen, scroll bars, WebKit properties. Okay, see. So tomorrow we will see text properties actually. This one.
like CSS, it'll take time or like.
No, first basic things we will see, then we'll move ahead to the inheritance.
Oh.
Okay. Then I need to start the positioning, CSS3 layouts. We'll see that. Fine. Let's call it for a day. We'll meet tomorrow. Hello?
Yeah, so CSS3 positioning, it's like you have different topics, layouts is different topics.
Layouts are different topic, floats are different thing, positions are different thing. Grid layout. Say that again.
Selectors we have seen.
But these are some advanced selectors. Pseudo selectors, pseudo classes, combinators. That is different. We'll see that. Yeah. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Yeah, I'm disconnecting.